Hello, welcome to the Hancock Oxcom team online technician class. My name is Justin, W8LPN, and I will be instructing this class. This will be provided for anybody who would like to learn more information about becoming a technician licensed amateur radio operator. We are posting this information with all the slides. It's a self-paced study. You can pause the videos at any time. They will be broke down into parts, so be just watching for the different part videos. Once you have completed this online course, you should be able to pass the tests. Some of the practice testing sites, QRZ.com is a good one, and also hamstudy.org. Once you are done with the class material, you'll be able to take the class or take the test. You would have to find a testing site on arrl.org. So let me get the slides going here. We're going to be starting with Chapter 1. So, Chapter 1, Module 1, Welcome to Amateur Radio. So, this is some of the material that we use for actual in-class instruction, so some of these types of things. But, just kind of think about it, why are you wanting to become a ham radio operator, and what do you know so far about it? So, this course should show you, teach you some of the information you're going to need to know, and we do encourage you to take practice tests while you are going through this as well. So again, on this, a lot of this is in class pertaining to, but we do want you to kind of look over the material, and it's not a spectator thing. You do need to put a little effort into it while you're studying the material here and following through in the class. So the course overview. Welcome to Amateur Radio. This is video 1. Radio and signal fundamentals. Electricity components and circuits. That will probably be broken down into a couple videos because it's a pretty big section. Propagation and feed lines. Amateur radio equipment. Communicating with other hams. Licensing regulations. Operating regulations. And safety. So let's get started. The goal for this class is to teach you to be able to achieve the Technician Class Amateur Radio License. The license will authorize you to operate an amateur radio transmitter. So what is amateur radio? Amateur or ham radio is a personal radio service authorized by the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, to encourage the advancement of the art and science of radio, to promote the development of an emergency communications capability to assist communities when needed, to develop a pool of trained operators, to promote international goodwill by connecting citizens and countries around the globe. Through ham radio, you will be an ambassador for your community and your country. Amateur or ham radio is a personal service authorized by the FCC. It's the amateur radio services governed by Part 97 of the FCC Rules and Regulations. Anyone can be a ham. There is no age limit. Amateur radio operators cannot accept payment for any type of operating their radio, whether money or goods or service. So this is all, cannot be paid. You cannot receive any payments for doing this. If you're passing messages for somebody, it cannot have any monetary or trade gain. So what do hams do? Well, they communicate, experiment, build, compete, serve communities, engage in lifelong learning. So what makes it different? Well, there's many unlicensed services available. You have FRS and CB, MERS, GMRS. Amateur radio is very flexible. There is fewer restrictions, and there's more frequencies, channels, and bands, more power to improve range and quality, more ways to communicate. And when they were saying like stuff like that with different bands, channels, on a CB, for example, I used to use CB a lot. There's 40 channels. Legally, they're limited to 4 watts AM, 12 watts single sideband. Amateur radio is limited to 1,500 watts. So, that there is a big difference there. When you look at and then when you have the FRS, they're half watt things, so they don't really do real well. I mean, it's not really easy to compare because there is so much difference between the services. There is more ways to communicate, and it is free to operate your radio. There are some systems that are connected to the internet, but for the most part, it is all there is no infrastructure really relying on it unless you're using repeaters and internet linking. Ham radios are much more capable, and they have the potential of interfering with other radio services. Ham radios have unlimited reach. They easily can talk around the globe and into space. FCC authorization is required to ensure the operator is qualified to operate safely, legally, and effectively. This is why you are watching this video. Steps to obtaining your license. You're going to want to study the material in the ham radio license manual. Make sure you get the current edition. You can basically, based off of this class and studying the online materials, you should be able to pass the test, but it's not a bad idea to have the book as well. You can get that through the arrl.org. Review the question pool. That's in the back of that book, or you can find them online. Take practice exams. arrl.org, exam review, hamstudy.org, and qrz.com are all good for testing, for practicing. And then you are going to have to pass a proctored 35-question multiple choice test. These questions are directly pulled from the question pool, and you need to have 26 answers correctly. So the questions that are available there for you to study on are the exact same questions that you're going to have on the test. So hopefully this helps you here for a little bit. It kind of gives you the basics of how this is going to go. We're going to just present the material. Anytime you need to pause it to look at the slides, go right ahead. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can post a comment here. Make sure you like and subscribe here. We will be trying to get these videos out, a couple of them throughout the week here. With the coronavirus issue going on, we're going more away from the traditional classes and going to the online. So that's why we're putting the video out here. So be watching for the next one, and we'll catch you later.